we're on the telephone and I will do another update. So I did discuss it in the previous video, but on YouTube for some reason it's buffering, so I have come to you a second time. Now, some of the channeled messages that have come through are in relation to, I would say, for the entire year, but it is a major theme in a download that I've been getting. Now, some of the visions I've been having have been relating to divine feminine and a shift. I've also been seeing that we're really embodying the moon energy now, more so than before. At the moment, there can be themes to do with family, old families, karmic situations really playing out. Now, the one area I am seeing is that we do need to follow our intuition, okay? The other thing I am seeing is your intuition. The further into your ascension you get, you're actually very empathic and you're able to psychically tune in. So effectively on a soul path and through your awakening, we can look to divinational tools. We can go into the laws of manifestation. You can also look at your ascension symptoms. You get them back with, your twin sort of thing. Once you reach a certain point, you understand you've always been manifesting. Now, your aura, your energy, I'm feeling both in your solar plexus, sacral chakra, and your higher heart chakra. It's a bit like, how do I explain it? It's a bit like when you're going over a hill, you'll feel the sense of who the energy is, the more you tune into it and develop it, and you'll also feel it through your auric field. And it will either be a happy vibration, an anxious vibration, a fearful vibration. Now, a lot of you at the moment are coming into a space where you're upgrading. Depending on where you are in the journey, you're also going to be more susceptible to psychic attacks. Now, changes can happen, as I mentioned in the previous video, around February the 17th, June the 14th, and December the 24th. And we'll check the transits as we go. But at the moment, between now and mid-Mercury retrograde, there can be a lot of communication from the past. But also this month, we have had a lot of karmic themes relating to lineage, family, tribe, belief systems, conditioning. I've asked my daughter to be quiet, but she's not. Sleep, lineage, family, right? Shanice, love of God. I can't wait till school goes back. Okay, so with those things, I am seeing shapeshifter energy. Okay? You intuitively will know. Some of you, the dream space may have occupied a lot of other energies, maybe not twin. But whatever these are, they're giving you downloads. You need to decipher what they are. Try to do a guided meditation relating to your heart chakra. A lot of your heart's desires are coming through. Don't run from it. Don't run from things. Go towards the things you desire. If something scares you, address it. Try to come neutral, but you will be in awareness. Now, the higher you get in your psychic gift with your empath energy, you can walk into a room and you will feel these vibrations. And it's so funny because it's almost like the glare of the card is bouncing off the wall. So you will be more inclined to tune into this, and especially near the full moon in Leo. Let's have a look. Collective energy, again, it's 5th house, so it can be to do with the child, it can be to do with love and romance, for collective energy. It also can be your luck. It's a full moon, so it's an ending of one cycle and it's a beginning of a new one. Plus, we're going to start getting that shadow energy of Mercury going retrograde, and it will relate to connections. So pay attention to your connections. Be careful of who you're confining in. Be careful of what those things are. Guard your secrets closely, but do expect it to be extremely busy. So if you do find that you're getting really tired and you're upgrading, it's there for a reason. It can be eating, trying to replenish your fuel and things to that degree. As it goes direct, you'll find things will be coming at you at left field very, very quickly. But you do need to be mindful of this. Now, I do feel there's a huge growth with Divine Feminine at the moment. And we've got to be careful how we use that power. It can be radical changes in society relating to feminine energies. and subjects relating to what we hold as valuable. And that can be our finances, the economy, agriculture. You may find, you know, if you're working in an industry relating to beauty and money or humanitarianism, it will grow. But again, we're having these changes, and I do feel a lot of you will be anchoring the energy in over the next 2 weeks. So if you are getting tired and you have been going through a purge, have the time. Don't be in your ego and feel, oh, I've got to keep going, I've got to keep going. Really listen to your body. If you're needing a moment, take a moment. If you need a day, take a day. Look after yourselves. Eat the food groups that are going to upgrade your auric field. If you need checkups, go and have your checkups before Mercury retrograde so that, you know, your well-being and sustenance is there, so to speak. But diet can be coming up because you are moving towards looking at all these contracts and having this connection movement happen. Now, yes, in the past, it may have been due to family, domains, karmic energies, and situations like that, that those circumstances became difficult. Those circumstances also can be coming back for an overview. But it's more because of their feeling of unfinished business. Yeah, due to misfortune. Now, what's going on here? I'm going to pick what we're not seeing. Because you do need to tune into tribe, home, and family at the moment. And, you know, cast a watchful eye on external energies. Yes. Okay, what we need to be mindful of. Not that you can do anything about it. You'll intuitively know. Don't battle with energies. Leave the fight for the correct individuals. If there's issues and conflict and it's on your side, yes, deal with such. If it feels too competitive, move away from it. There can be subjects relating to, and I think it really depends on where you guys are in the journey. If you are separate and TF is in a karmic situation, again, I'm seeing 2 situations, a left or a right. There is a situation here relating to a relationship, but I feel it's more jealousy. And there was conflict in the past relating to masculine, you know, with wanting to, trying to be there. Now, whatever this is, past resentments coming up relating to their connection with you. Whoever these people are, they're not giving up without a fight. Yeah, it is a karmic situation, so something's coming up, but it's to be closed out. What do we need to know about it, please? More than likely, you'll probably see a lot more readers talking about this, and that's because we did have Venus and Capricorn. Okay, there could be cognitive energy going on with these individuals that is not as balanced as a normal. There also could be a financial situation, a codependency relating to this, and maybe splitting of money. There's also a lack of consistency here. And this could be their opinion, the opinion point blank zero, trying to affect it. They kind of take joy in this. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. They take joy in this. Even when it comes to, you know, no matter what they're seeing, no matter what they're experiencing, they're finding a lot of pleasure in this. Like, they find pleasure in it. It seems a bit sadistic, really, doesn't it? I find joy in ice cream. I find joy in a walk in the park. I find joy in peace and quiet. I find joy in good quality music. Yeah, they haven't learned how to walk in beauty. I'm just saying, it's like, take a chill pill, okay? Just get grounded. These, maybe they're just fiercely optimistic. Possibility. How is the masculine dealing with this? I don't know why I called it divine feminine, but I think the only reason I'm checking up on masculine is how they're relating to it, really. Okay, they know that this is a karmic situation. They're like, yep, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Heck. Bought the t-shirt, wasn't fun. Probably wouldn't even put the shirt on. Not even nostalgically so. Okay, what are they looking at here? Yeah, they know what these individuals are made of. They know what their potential is. They also did bring the worst out in masculine at times, I believe, from what I'm seeing in the cards. Like, it feels like they're always on guard. The dream state has been really hectic lately. It has not been fun. Yeah. Always going for the coin, always going for the value. Like, what can they get out of it? Injustice, conflict. Yep, so, okay. Now, this is what I was talking about. If feminines, you guys have been sleeping, feeling fatigued, overwhelmed, having dark night terrors, feeling the emotions and the energy coming through, and maybe feeling it's masculine, it is, but what you're doing is actually psychically tuning into a future event. You're hooked in, sisters. That's the way it works. Sometimes we can feel it's like right now, especially in the readings. From the masculines I've been working with my psychic gift since I was a child, I've had it. It's always future events. So what you have to understand is in your path, when you're having those ascension symptoms and you're going, God, this must be horrible, you're actually tuning into empath energy. Empath energy is psychic energy. It will then be to the point where you think it's masculine sometimes and it's actually everyone around you as well, and you go into hermit mode. Once you can learn to actually balance that and control it, it won't affect you. You'll be able to breathe it in. You'll be able to give them power by trusting, by detaching. It's almost like you're sending them confirmation that as I have this and I'm moving through this adversity, I also know that you too can move through that adversity. And you're breathing in and you're breathing out and you're acknowledging it and you're detaching and you're moving forward like it will not hurt the connection. It will not hurt the human being. You're detaching. You're not tuning into that as a paradigm or a timeline. You're detaching from that timeline, which will assist with their ascension. Okay? And if you're spooked by the thing behind me, it's the glare of the camera onto the computer and onto the wall. It's a shiny surface. Okay? Yes, I do see dead people, but that does not happen to be one. Not tonight. Okay? So, try to do that. It's also, if you can do it, of course they can do it. I had to keep telling myself through my path. It was like, you ain't magic, Yildiz. We are. We're magicians. We all are magicians. But we attracted the lower frequency because we were tuning into it all the time. Gosh, I never want that to happen. Gosh, I hope that doesn't happen. Oh my gosh, what if that happens? And what do we get? The same. So yes, we've always been manifesting. You will learn you don't need to because your thoughts are extremely dangerous and powerful. That's why some religions actually do say don't tap into it, because the mind is very powerful. You can use it, but you've got to check whether your auric field's protected, if you've learned how to develop it. Twins have it naturally, okay? It just comes in. So learning how to manage that. When you're needing to go into hermit mode and you're having these ascension symptoms, you are telepathically, energetically plugged in. Once it upgrades, you know, you're moving forward, but there's a reason it's happening to you first, and it's so that you can anchor the energy in and you can hold suit and you can move forward, but you're going to have energy to be able to implement it in the Venus element of things. And that's because we have Mars and Taurus, and we're going to have Uranus and Taurus squaring. Now, we're facing our shadow inside of those circumstances. Some of us as feminines might be very scared. We may feel we can't provide for ourselves and look after ourselves. But as sisters, we can do it, okay? So we can do it. We're going to do it. We're tired. Then you're going to see in the next 2 weeks their energy of ascension is coming in. But this is where the ego is removed. Because once the person gets to BS level, right, they're like, I can't do this anymore. You're irritating me. You're bothering me. This is where they naturally make conscious decisions away from the ego. They've tried and tried and tried, and they're trying to make Cinderella's shoe fit, and it's not fitting. And then if it doesn't resonate with that human being, they then reject it and purge it. So it's good. It's good. It's healthy, right? They can go into that dark energy. They can go into the, yeah. Okay, so they're having that. They're coming back to their root energy of who they are. I do feel they're then going to be feeling your energy at the moment. This is what's triggering it off. Yeah, a lot of imbalance. Ready to walk through that door. It's making the energy move. Dealing with conflict and adversity. And owning their power. So, TF, you guys, you're a magician energy. Don't give your power away. Yes, there are some shapeshifters around. We've always got, what do we call it? There's always a vampire. There always is. We've got light and dark. It is the way it is. Acknowledge them. You won't need to white light yourself later. You'll get to a point you'll choose not to mix with these energies. You will be able to more camouflage yourself to a degree so that you're able to move forward. Hi, Dylan. So I do feel this situation you'll be aware of. You'll be able to walk into a room, assess it like it's X-ray vision and be like, yeah, okay, I know where you're coming from. Okay, any advice for the group? Yeah, don't let anyone manipulate you. You can do it. So if there's anything you're needing to do, make sure you're cautious about who you share your energy with. If someone's saying to you, I'll give you X, Y, Z, get quick rich deals, don't bother. It is heavy, but it will ease off as we move forward. You'll find we're all adjusting to the age of Aquarius. Because we had Venus in Capricorn, a lot of those themes relating to, I would say 2018 were coming up, and even further back, really relating to very traditional paradigms. So your conditioning can come up. You'll have lineage issues coming up. Mother-father energy, things that happened to you in your childhood, things that weren't so great. So it's a bit of everything. It's a little bit like a revisit to the dark night of the soul, but it is going to be different. The triggers can feel like it's mirroring, but it's not, because you're at a different level. You can't chop the tree off and it never exists. You have to take the roots so the new shoots can grow. So it's about making peace with that, seeing what does and doesn't resonate. And then as we move forward, you'll find that this beautiful new energy is going to come in. And we are going to have, almost like Forrest Gump, a box of chocolates, because we're going to have Mars in different areas. I've noticed ads on YouTube promoting affiliate marketing, which seems... And because we are going to have Mercury in Aquarius, it is to do with, we've got the nodes in Gemini and Sagittarius. We're going to see a lot to do with technology. Yes. Yeah, just detach from it. It doesn't resonate. We need to get into the Taurus energy, which is planting gardens. Sounds odd. Eating organic food. Eating healthy food. Looking at our assets of what we need. Monetary value doesn't have to be physical cash. We're in exchange. We can exchange. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. There's different ways we can do things. So I'm taking comfort in my memories and just enjoying. The memories are good, but it's also understand, a lot of times when I was on, well, I am still on my path, but I understood I was living more in the 5D. And once you get past a certain point, you're already 5D energy, but you can alchemize it like the magician in 3D. You're like, the memories are great, but I'm going to have a 3D connection. I'm coming back down to making these new memories in a very attractive fashion, and it's about owning it vibrationally. He is with me lately, entering regular. Yeah. The more they know what you're doing, I found that when I had that psychic energy coming in, it was almost like unearned information. It was like, if you would like to know what's going on, you know where I am, and I'd tune out because it extends the journey. Once you have that fair-based frequency, the sacral chakra is directly connected. You're both interconnected. You both have to challenge your fears inside your life. You're both interconnected in that element. So if you're feeling abandonment, you know, all of that, right? It's almost like you've got to move through it. You need to move through it, move up. It's natural to go down and to have those vibrations and to tune into it. It's necessary, but then as you get further into the journey, no sooner does it come in, you have to tune out and move forward, and that makes the path move quicker. Because it's almost like a codependency in the 5D, more telepathic energy. It's like very nurturing because they know empathically you're connected. So if you tune out, it moves forward. What do you do when you're in contact daily with your twin? Keep the contact going. But don't mince your words. Don't get to a point that you don't communicate because you're fearing an outcome. You need to be very detached with that. You need to be very direct, not abrupt, but if you have a feeling towards something, articulate it. Be very open. If they ghost you, they'll be back in 2 weeks. Let go, detach from it, face that confrontational fear, because those blockages are in your auric field and you'll keep attracting it. So once you move through it, you passed a karmic test. It is comforting. Definitely. 100%. I had to face that too. It's like, what if twin wasn't here? Yeah, so if anything is coming up and you're needing to say it, don't get scared, because we can only hold a fake pattern for so long and it's going to come up. So you might as well challenge it. So it's about being authentic. They respect that more. A lot of times, you know, the karmic energies we've had in our lives, all of us collectively, they weren't as upfront, and it's just being in love with your life, and it's being truthful to who you are. That may not be where the person is at that point. That's fine. Sorry, Chris. I went 5 years without hearing. I've gone 7 years without hearing. I'm 20-something years in and we're together. So time is an ego thing relating to a traditional 3D connection. A soul contract's a very different thing. That's why you may hear a lot of us that are older in the group in this connection, knowing it's a soul contract. And you are the twin. It's not like you can just say, hey, one day, you know, I'm not the twin. Yeah, it shortens though. It does change. And the quicker you do the work on yourself, you just become very peaceful. You get to the point that it's almost like you'll know when they're coming in, because all of a sudden people will be very attracted to you. That would always happen to me. I've been moving house. My whole life will be great. And I'll be like, why does that keep happening? What the devil? I'll answer a few questions and then I will hit the road. And tomorrow morning, which is America's early evening, right, I will do an extension read in the private twin flame section. In the members zone, the higher tier members zone. I haven't done one there yet. And any questions in the house? Any circumstances? His friend contacted me for lunch. It was good. That is quite common. That's quite common prior to union, actually. Friends reaching out, making peace with that point. Plus, we're moving to Mercury retrograde, so a lot of you will hear. The one that passed, or who are we talking about? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Friends from my twin flame side started reaching out to me prior to union. And I was very detached. I was like, it is what it is, you know. Yeah, so true, huh? It's interesting. I think it's because you're just detached and you're at peace and you're like, if you're good, I'm good. That's good. And you're just like nonchalant. You're a bit like airy-fairy. You're like, I'm just doing life. Thank you for those that like the video. Yeah, and that's okay, because that's a part in the path where they do. You know, we went through this. We may make we will make peace with that. But yes, as we detach from certain soul tribe friends, they do too. It shows that they're transforming. It's a natural part of the ascension process. It's not a personal thing, it's a process thing. You just kind of do. He's given his power away, he'll take it back. Remember, the karmic is not powerful. It's a belief the masculine has at the minute. Not biting. Yeah, I believe the same thing, and I empathically had a lot of love and compassion, and then it was like, hang on a minute, I've got out of Vicky's situations. I'm not God, I'm not magical, you know, if I can. It does. And it kind of gets old because you realise you've given them that power. They didn't earn it. You've given it to them because you just want to keep it quiet. You're like, okay. Thank you for nagging me. I'll do anything you tell me to. You know? And then you're like, heck, this is exhausting. A message for me this week for work from boss. Okay, let me see. Go with the flow. Yeah, the hypnosis does wear off. See, I said to my friend, right, it's a bit like when they're with the karmics, they wake up, and I love Shrek. I'm just saying, I love Shrek. It's a bit like The Hangover or Shrek, you know, you wake up and you thought you had, to me, Shrek is the attractive one, but then they wake up and there's something totally that they're not. That's sort of the analogy. Hey, Em. Okay, so for you, Antonella, for work. Now, are we going the 2-question thing here? Even though you had the reading today. Okay. Don't try and make everything perfect. If something's, I told you this today, if something's changing and coming to an end, allow it. Don't micromanage it. Let it flow like a river. Trust it, because the universe knows best, and sometimes Uranus and Taurus is like, hey, if these changes are coming, accept it. But you could be trying to delay something. If something needs to come up, if something's going to change, just allow it to change. Flow with the river. I have nothing to do with our old soy sugar. It feels better. Yeah. Yeah, so just be mindful. As I mentioned, you can go through and you can look at the other video. You know, YouTube's chat always bounces off for some reason. I will have to ask what's going on with that. Anywho, I'll pull one last card. Detox at the moment, guys. Get into your light body frequency. If it's people, places, or things, because you're going to have forward movement. A lot of you are going to it's funny, this card relates to Sagittarius. I do feel relating to a new masculine who has changed and transformed. And I do feel they're really detoxing at the moment. Okay? There's a bit of a detox going on. So if you're feeling a bit icky, you're probably going through their light body experience first, and theirs is coming through. Yeah, you're going to need to be, in the next 2 weeks, a little bit like a masculine. Self-reliant, but I do feel that this frequency is coming in and you won't be prepared. You won't be prepared. Feel free to comment in the video when this happens. I've got about probably 40 clients now that are in communication with their friends and having movement, interesting movement. it is a bit testing when you do start communicating again, because you've got all those belief systems that you've worked on and you've healed, and then you're integrating it, and you 9 times out of 10 get a very different human being. Yes, a lot of us have felt like Cinderella at the moment. A lot about like Cinderella. We're cleaning shop. We're getting ready. But a beauty regime's coming up as well. My hair was so glossy yesterday. It's not today. Mind you, to brush it was a friggin' nightmare, I can say. I feel it, Chris. I'm tired too. Tired. There has been, even for me, I'm in union. I go through purging too. It's been there like this, you know, multitasking. It's going to get worse as we get into the Mercury retrograde, but not worse in a bad way. It's more, you'll find you'll gain your clarity as to what you're moving towards. You're going to shift your energy, but you can find that it can become extremely intense where too much is coming at you. Try and keep you cool. If you can't do everything, you'll have that, anything that you're wanting to get off the ground and have moving forward. You'll find problems during Mercury retrograde, but it's good because you'll find flaws in systems. Crosswise can come through. It could be more social, where a lot of people are calling you, a lot more overload of information. Change passwords, especially because it's Mercury energy, and really pay attention to driving. If you are driving, cognitively pay attention, because it is busy. It's also people won't be thinking, speaking effectively because it's agitation. So just be really careful. There's been a lot of time where I wish I was a woman. I'm not gay or anything. I think I might be, because I think, but we all have feminine and masculine, so it doesn't matter, you know. Unfortunately, the tags, you know, when we put them up there, it resonates inside of all of us. So if the feminine element of energy is coming through, embody it. That's fine. And we're getting into that yin yang energy at the moment, where we're going to be balancing the other side out, whereas the hunter-gatherer energy, you know, tuning into what we need to do, getting our work in order and doing that. So, you know, even my readings, the further into the journey, the more accountable we are with the vibration. We look at the fact that we are both yin and yang, and when we're looking at masculine and feminine videos, we need to be then looking at the yin yang effect of, okay, is something like that on my masculine side of life occurring as such? Are there healthy boundaries I need to create? And that was really coming through at the moment on the masculine side. So for feminines, in your working life, you do need to pay attention to healthy boundaries. You do need to pay attention to oversharing, you know, jealousy and things like that. There can be subjects relating to that coming up. Also with healthy boundaries and, you know, having to shift things around. On the feminine element of things, we are recouping. We are feeling maybe like nursemaids, getting things cleaned, and things to that degree. My twin flame was a runner. Because what she's showing is what you're running from on the inside. So the more you can do the integration work, feminines or the you know, the runner, theoretically, both are running. The feminine's running outside, trying to convince. Once you detach from needing to convince and being in your truth, it kind of relaxes again and you get that reconnection. You won't need to convince. It's also, you know, what the mirror is start journaling down, you know, write down what those subjects were that you were trying to convince by, and then integrate that inside of you, and you'll find that you've ticked a box through your ascension path, and you won't, you'll pass that, you won't repeat that pattern. Do you know what I mean? But yes, I've been there. It's not fun. And I was like, heck, you know, and the tapping out, I was like, well, this is getting a bit much. Yeah. And a lot of times, I mean, my twin said to me, he goes, I thought you were crazy, you could do better. And it's like, yeah, but I thought you were God too. So, you know, we run towards, we run away from, and then it shows us very separately emotional blockages, belief systems, expectations, codependency, and all those things we have to work through. And the quicker we work through them, sometimes it can be really challenging, I'll be honest with you, because when they're very conditioned beliefs, It can feel almost disobedient to do such because it feels very unnatural. But you go beyond it. You really do. And you find go the path of least resistance when things aren't moving and you feel doors are closing. Just sit. Go, okay, universe is blocking me at the moment. Why? Because I'm not listening. So, you know, you step back, you'll find patterns occur in your journey. So I find for me, when I'm on 3D mode, you know, we're very masculine in element. We are getting things done in the world. We're doing things. We're having to concentrate, you know, you're in the 3D. Then when the feminine energy comes through, it's very intuitive. It's very air-based energy. It's communication. It's being in receivership mode. It's manifestation. It's magician energy. Those element of things, sometimes we're too 5D and then suddenly all disaster and bedlam's running loose. It's like, okay, balance the yin yang. We need to come down to 3D now. We're integrating. And sometimes it can become very depleting because you're like, oh my God, I've been doing so much 3D. I need to get back up to 5D. So you've got to find that healthy balance. Right? 3D, 5D. And then you're like, you get both because you listen more to, okay, the road to least resistance, what's flowing, what's not. Okay, wow, come push my focus over here. And it is your twin flame path. I mean, the ego can say, hey, I want to go look at a reading. But the thing is, these are your ascension symptoms, and this is part of your twin flame union. This is the way you reach self-union and then union with that. And if you don't focus on that, it kind of stagnates it. And you get very disillusioned at times by hearing the pick a card of, you know, this is what they want to tell you. And things like that, you'll detach. But if you do look at readings and they are relating to feminine, masculine, look at both sides and integrate it inside of self. Do receptively look at it and see maybe from an understanding through your 7 stages of healing, maybe what that person's going through, especially if it's a synchronistic message that can help you heal and have compassion, understanding and comprehension. But then also look at the shadow side on your side of the fence and go, am I doing that in some shape or form? Could I change that in some shape or form? I hope I haven't bored you with that, but that's what I did. And I'm going to drink hot chocolate. That's my way to get my chocolate fix. It's just a hot chocolate. Yeah. Okay. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. If you want a booking, jump in because there's limited spaces left prior to Mercury retrograde. If you want readings next month, I'll jump in and get those too because, yes, things can be coming at left field. Communication can be coming in. You may need support with how to deal with those circumstances. Yeah. That's okay, giggle. It'll feel very natural. It'll just come towards you. It'll just move. Chocolate in your coffee. I was looking for a coffee protein shake the other day. I'm not promoting it. I just like waking up and drinking a coffee, right? So it was like a meal replacement to me. And I couldn't find it anywhere, and it's really been irritating me. So I had to go mocha, right? Add coffee into the chocolate. It's not like I wake up and think, hey, you know, health and nutrition, let's eat chocolate for brekkie. Who thought of that? I just need to understand. A bedtime? Yeah, mind you, dream state. Dream state with chocolate, that's interesting. And I swear, look at that. It's really spooky. Oh. Any questions? Everyone all good? Take care. I will see you tomorrow. And we'll be back here again. I have a client's video to do first thing in the morning. I'll probably see you at 4 or 5 in the morning because I'm crazy like that. Partner goes to work early. And I'll talk to you all then. Love and light, guys.